Now, I love Kendrick. I love the fact that being a hater can end up being a success. But this performance, I just thought it was really mediocre for me.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lamar aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing Kendrick's Lamar Super Bowl performance, Super Bowl halftime performance. Now, the Super Bowl occurred some days ago, and people had things to say about the performance by Kendrick Lamar. Now, some people said it was very good, some people said it was not that great, and people had different opinions. Now, a particular British podcaster, content creator, said some things about Kendrick Lamar's performance, and it got people talking about her opinion. Now, let's check out what she had to say, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts.
Now, I love Kendrick. I love the fact that being a hater can end up being a success. But this performance, I just thought it was really mediocre for me. Maybe because I'm not a hardcore Kendrick fan. There was a lot of the songs that I didn't know. I knew some of the mainstream ones. Like when Scissor came, I was like, yes, twin. The rest of them, I don't know. I thought the visuals was amazing. We had Samuel Jackson come on as Uncle Tom, and then obviously the dancers came and the American flag, and then obviously he performed They're Not Like Us. I just thought it was an okay performance. There are a lot of people on the internet who are like, oh my god, you just didn't understand. One thing I cannot stand is fake deepness. I come to watch the Super Bowl to watch a performance. I didn't come to think. I don't want to feel like I'm reading a book. So when I'm seeing, oh, but you did not understand the allegoric significance of when the dancers were wearing blue, and the blue means it signifies the sadness of the American like, I just want to dance. I don't want to watch a performance and then have to read a book to understand what the performance was about, okay?
Okay, so we've seen what she said. I don't know, maybe because I too am not a Kendrick Lamar fan, so I really don't know if there's something that he was trying to portray with his performance. In fact, I didn't even watch the performance. Let me just say that right now. I said in one of my videos where we were discussing Beyonce's halftime performance, I said I don't watch all those things because it's not my thing. So it's when I see clips that I say watch it, but for me to sit down and watch the whole performance, it's not possible. So I never watched the performance. I just knew that people are talking about the fact that he sang the song that he was dissing Drake. And then there's a particular step he was doing that people have been doing online. That's become a TikTok trend. There's also the Serena Williams appearance and everything. I didn't even know Samuel L. Jackson appeared until now. So I didn't really know a lot about the performance, but I don't know what I'm going to say. She said that she didn't understand some of the things. So apparently maybe he used this performance to try and send a message, maybe with this whole Trump thing and people not really liking Trump. Maybe he used this to send a message about race and politics. I don't know. But if she felt that watching it, she is trying to analyze things, she's not getting an entertaining performance, that is her own thought about it, and I don't think it's something that is that bad. Like I said in the Beyonce halftime performance analysis, people are watching the show and they are going to say what they like about it and what they don't like about it. You can't expect 100 and something million people to watch a show and everybody will like it. It's not possible. Some people are not going to flow with something, some people are going to flow with it, and everybody is at their liberty to analyze it or express their opinion about the show that was made public, that was made for people to be seen. So I don't know where people are coming from about her, because I just saw a lot of attack on Madam Joyce. You have said this and everything. So I've not yet watched a lot of the analysis on her analysis. So let's check them out and then maybe I will understand where they're coming from, because just watching what she said, I really don't think it's that deep. She just gave her own opinion. So let's check out what people have to say about the opinion of Madam Joyce concerning Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance.
How do you guys feel about Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl?
Have you seen what Madam Joyce said about it?
Yeah.
What do you think about that first?
I feel like Americans are just so in over their heads. Like, if we actually just start from there, because they started saying that, oh, I don't know why black British people will be getting into our issues, that you don't understand our struggles. They say, bro, the same struggles you face is the same struggle every black
But
person
in fairness to them, if you have a platform, I'm not throwing shots at Madam Joyce in it. She's already had a lot of controversy away. But as a black person, you can't be unaware of the political side of the world. You have to acknowledge that. And if you don't care about it, that's fine, innit? But you can't go on your platform and then say the same.
I feel like she's allowed to say that.
Oh, she's allowed to do what she wants.
I think she was valid, and I think. But I also think she said that she wanted to come and watch to be entertained.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of subliminal messages that only the marginalized can understand. His show had a lot of subliminal messages, having like Samuel Jackson dressed up as Uncle Sam, this, that, and third, like the cheat code at the beginning where you saw like how everything was a lot of subliminal messages. You're passing shots, you're throwing shots at the president of the United States. The guy does not understand what you're talking about. Like a lot of other subliminal things that it's just like I don't think
it's necessary.
Majority of them would get, because then the opinion now that you have is that his halftime show was boring. His halftime show wasn't that great. And that's coming from majority white people. It's not that his halftime show had political undertones. It's not that his halftime show is causing civil unrest. No, instead, you're getting actual critiques about the performance rather than like the messages it was trying to pass along. And that's because only those that are in the marginalized can understand the messages. And it's like, how much good does that do?
On the long
and at
run.
what point is it performative? Because for him to perform at the Super Bowl, it had to be cleared like 100 times. They're not going to allow you to go in there and say, the United States government. Do you know what I mean?
Hi, America. Hi, America. America. You might not get this because of the time difference. So if someone's going to be on this app a little bit later, can you let the Americans know we don't claim Madam Joyce? So her thoughts and feelings on Kendrick and the Super Bowl, don't worry about it. Please do not hit us all with those strays, because a lot of us understood the performance. A lot of us enjoyed the performance. As a result, a lot of us bought tickets to his tour from the performance. Madam Joyce isn't respected over here in that capacity. So, yeah. Save yourselves, guys. Yeah? Someone share the message. And then if you know Madam Joyce, someone take her phone and break it.
I normally don't be coming up on here and talking my shit because, quite frankly, I'd be tired. But this discussion, Madam Joyce is not like the spokesperson of all black people in the UK, and it's really frustrating me because like I appreciated that performance from Kendrick Lamar from the Super Bowl. And I can confidently say that most people without a podcast, like most black people without a podcast, appreciated that performance. So her opinion doesn't quite reflect what all of us are thinking.
Black Americans are up in arms again because my bestie, Madam Joyce, said something they didn't like. So let's talk about it. Madam Joyce is Nigerian. We don't give a fuck. We are Africans. We don't walk around the world being black because we are black, and nobody can take that away from us, and we don't make it a personality the way they do in America. And I know there are many other issues around that, but Madam Joyce said what she said. And black Americans complaining that, oh, Madam Joyce sounded insensitive and whatnot. Black Americans, are you not the same people that are saying Africa will live in trees? Are you not the same people that are coming to Africa and saying, oh, you are catfish, this is not Zanzibar, it's poverty, and you forget you have poverty and homelessness in your own country? Are you not the same people that are coming to Africa and want to act so bad? Are you not the same people that are, using your passports to go around the world, taking advantage of vulnerable women?
Hi. Okay.
I'm with Madam Joyce on this one. Sometimes, if a struggle is yours, don't assume everybody will understand your struggle.
That's true.
We as Africans, we don't really understand the struggle of Black Americans. We have our own struggle with colonization. We don't understand it. We can empathize,
Sure.
but we don't have to ditch everything and say, oh my God, what is this and what is America going through? Yet when it's about Africa, none of you care.
Hi. Okay, another level.
Madam Joyce, I'm sorry. Goodbye, my passport bros.
Alright, admittedly, that Madam Joyce video sent me into a spiral at least on 3 different occasions because of a blind rage. With that said, I've been seeing a lot of weird political readings on everything post Super Bowl now because of that. So I kind of wanted to give you my thoughts raw. Biggest point I wanted to make is that I think many people seek the catharsis of a revolution through the entertainment they consume that they should actually be in search of through real community work. Hence the whole reason people say the revolutionary will not be televised. And look, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I haven't done much community work since I left home for college a couple years ago. But I'm truthfully not mad at Kendrick for doing just enough to spark the conversation, which you can see happening, while not completely nosediving his career for the sake of a statement. Because truthfully, many of those digi extremists that you're seeing wishing that he did wouldn't. And this speaks kind of to the larger frustration that I think is in Mr. Morale, which is the pressure society placed on him to be a revolutionary simply because of his talent and perspective. And damn sort of being like the sobering of his realization that To Pimp a Butterfly can't really change everything. A lot of these polarizing, extreme takes that you're seeing online are really just either poor artistic or political interpretation of what he's actually doing, and people projecting for the sake of their audiences that they're trying to attract on here. Because really, I think the reason Kendrick even said the revolution will be televised, along with all the other haikus, was a reference to the stance he's been having for almost a year now for authenticity in hip-hop, i.e. a Drake sneak diss. FD Signifier made a great video on this about that catharsis people see. And you know, with that, since then, I've been seeing a weird yearning for almost a daddy figure that's been happening for years now, for a leader to come out the woodwork. Why don't we have any leaders? Why don't we see anyone prominent since, like, you know, the 80s, the crack era? Leaders happen naturally. You know, the reason so many leaders around that time reached cultural prominence and were actually physically doing things in the community is because people were outside doing the actual groundwork. It was considered a political duty within Black American communities to be somewhat involved in whatever needs to be done for your fellow neighbor. Because of that, it caused everyone to be much closer. And individualism within America and that whole philosophy doesn't allow for that to be a prominent thing, especially in majorly urban cities. I don't know if that was proper vocabulary, but this leader that you think is gonna come from your favorite movie or your favorite TV show or your favorite song is not a reality, you know? And many people were arguing that art isn't revolutionary and art isn't this and that. And you know, the truth is art is revolutionary and it can be, but art has to work in tandem with the people. And if the people are not on the same page with what an artist is yearning for and only moves within ebbs and flows, then whatever we deem as a possible revolution will only move within those ebbs and flows as well.
I'm having a debate with my friend, guys. I'm having a very serious debate. Her argument is that and this is in relation to the whole Madam Joyce saying Uncle Tom instead of Uncle Sam, right? She believes that most Americans, the average American, does not know the difference between Uncle Sam and Uncle Tom. My argument is, this is basic U.S. history. Like basic. Mind you, I didn't even go to high school in the U.S. and I know this information. So, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it is the case that most Americans do not know the difference between Uncle Sam and Uncle Tom. But to make that mistake is insane. Like, that is insane. And I hope people agree with me.
It gets to a point where we all have to collectively say, Madam Joyce just might be a rage baiter. She might just be a professional rage baiter. Because, you know, in Britain, you've caused problems. In Nigeria, you've caused problems. Now in America, you want to cause problems. It even gets to a point that I was like, when do we say you are an Orobo, you are a glutton for problems? And I understand the clicks, I understand the views, but it's like when you write down your takes, do you ever think like, maybe this is actually out of my jurisdiction, maybe this is out of my qualifications? Because for you to say, when I watch the Super Bowl, I want a performance. How are you watching the Super Bowl? Well, I want your visa to be taken away. I want your visa to be burnt. We can't get what we want because it's unproductive. I think I like context and takeaway. When you rap, like I like most of your points, but it's like this highly political time in America. You want to say you want a performance. The only thing the black person have ever given us is Dave Santan. That's the only contribution. And you want to ask, you want to put in requests. Well, I want to request the black person every other 6 months. Don't say Americans don't know where they're from. It's 6 conversations behind. And it's fact that you're a black Brit doing it too. It's like you never beat the stereotypes. You never beat and you know what? Me, I'm happy the content my parents picked. I could have been like you guys. I could have been like, it's like the black Brits, they want to battle for the most insufferable with the South Africans. What is the problem? Every continent, every hemisphere, you must disrupt, you must cause problems. You are a glutton. You just want to eat all the problems. Why? Like, it's gross. It's annoying at this point. In fact, thank you. You've motivated me. I need to start creating content too, because I too want to start rubbing my mouth, chewing gum from birds. Oh my God. Like, this is too much.
One thing I cannot stand is fake deepness. I come to watch the Super Bowl to watch a performance. I didn't come to think. I don't want to feel like I'm reading a book.
You know, Madame Joyce does not speak for every single black British person with regards to the Super Bowl. You know that, right? Please do not paint me with that same brush. Takes like this literally make the divide between black people throughout the entire diaspora all the more greater. If you cannot be entertained whilst also using your brain critically, then my dear, you have brain rot. And I'm actually going to go there today. I think it's a common misconception with some black British people that think that it's only the African Americans that can be stereotypically ignorant because of what their history or whatever it may have you. No, bro. Because takes like this remind me that there's absolutely ignorance on both sides, and we cannot pride ourselves on being the educated bunch if we're spewing this amount of arrogant, nonsensical blabber on a daily basis for free. Not to mention that this take is literally about a performance that's supposed to be unifying, entertaining, and showing solidarity about a variety of causes and things going around the world. So I'm sorry, if you honestly cannot connect the dots while still being able to seek entertainment in the artistry, you, my dear, have a broken brain.
Okay.
So that madam,
that was harsh.
whoever, like, I don't really remember her name, but the girl of African descent who gave that incredibly terrible take on the Super Bowl halftime performance, yeah, her podcast is produced by Shits and Gigs. I don't know if that would lead to any inclination of everything that you should expect, but yeah, let's really get into it. To sit there and say, I don't want to think, I just want to be entertained, shows a level of privilege that I cannot even fathom to begin to try to understand. That is the exact thing that Kendrick was talking about in this entire performance. The fact that we've become so numb to actually being critical, using our critical thinking brains, and we just want to be entertained. You live in a country that colonized almost the entirety of the Western world, and you're sitting there saying, yeah, I know that he wants to talk about this thing that happened to my ancestors, because make no mistake, they are also your ancestors. They're not just ancestors of the fucking black people in America. To sit there and say that, yeah, I just don't want to have to go through a history lesson when I'm watching a football game. First of all, your country doesn't even have football. Let's start there. Secondly, your ancestors, because make no mistake, we're all of African fucking descent. Your ancestors were abused, raped, hanged, tortured, and he's trying to bring light to the fact that they're trying to take us back 180 fucking years, and you're sitting here saying, oh, I really wanted to get people, what did you want people to get on the stage and twerk and shake their ass? And you do not even understand the political climate of our country for you to even be able to comment or have any type of commentary on what's going on. And I'm sorry, you guys can forward me clips where she's talking about the political climate of our country and saying how whatever is bad, but I haven't seen any clips like that. All I saw was clips of her criticizing Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance, saying it's boring, saying it wasn't entertaining, saying she didn't want to have to think. I swear, some of you will go to a feast of intelligence and still choose to starve. Imagine us being here, fighting for our lives. These artists are putting up, they're actually harming themselves, right, to fight for us to show the world that we are more than just what they say we are. These artists are actually using their artistry to influence for something good. And you who have influence decide to say something like this. I need a better word than ignorant for this. Final thoughts is, if you have nothing nice to say or nothing constructive to add to the conversation, how about you just fill your mouth with soggy toast and beans and shut the fuck up? And I know it seems like I'm just throwing shade at this particular individual. That is not it. This is for everybody who has had this take of, oh, it's supposed to be entertainment. It's not supposed to be this political stance. Every fucking thing is a political stance in this world, in this life. Your morals, your ethics, everything is differentiated based on how you choose to present to the world and the impact you choose to have on the world. So don't sit there and say like, oh, it's not supposed to be a political stance. I'm not supposed to think. I'm only supposed to be entertained, because that just shows your ignorance.
Okay.
Again, intelligence is a feast. Take bread off the table. Get a little slice of turkey. Do something. But you cannot have these horrible takes while also being produced. You know what? Y'all got it.
Again, I did not watch the performance. I really don't know Kendrick Lamar like that. I don't think I can identify his songs. Maybe I might have heard one of the songs or some of the songs, and I don't know he's the one that did it. But right now, I don't know so much about Kendrick Lamar or his halftime performance. From the response, from the reaction to Madam Joyce's analysis of the halftime performance, people are angry. A lot of African Americans are angry at her take. And for the past few months, Madam Joyce has been having some takes that have been controversial. There are some things that she has said that have got people really, really angry. I know that when she came to Nigeria for 30 December, she was complaining about the fact that Lagos girls were rude or something, that they did not acknowledge her when they were in the club or something like that.
But with the girly pops, I'm not going to generalize, but I feel like if I'm on a table, so let's just say I'm on a table, there's been a couple of times since I've been here that I've been invited on the table, and I would say hi to everybody because like I'm new to the table, so I'd be like, hi guys, like, or hi everyone, or I'll say hi to the person who invited me. I'll be like, hi everyone. And the way the girls are looking at me, like I'm about to steal their man. And this has happened 3 times. As in, I have come in, I've said hi, like I'm saying hi, and there's not even a flinch. There's not even a budge. Now, I just thought that obviously, you know, me being high profile, sometimes people see me for the first time and they don't know what to do, or it's like, oh, I've seen her on the net, she's here in person, oh my god, how strange. I understand that, but now seeing the conversations on TikTok, I don't know whether to redact, but yeah, girls, I'm really here to have a good time. I promise you. Yeah, if I say hi, please just say hi back. I'm a nice person. I swear to God, I'm nice.
And that video got people talking, and a lot of people are attacking her and saying, who does she think she is, and the rest. So she already has issues. I think she had said something again about British people or something. It's just, she has been controversial the last few months. Now she said this, so she's now controversial in US. And from what people are saying, I think Kendrick Lamar tried to use his platform, use the show, use the performance to talk about things, to highlight things that have been happening to marginalized people in the US, talking about Black people and the whole political environment that is happening in the US right now. So I get where people are kind of unhappy that she made that kind of statement. And like I said, some people have also talked about the fact that the performance was not up to it for them. And I said also they are allowed to say that because it was a public performance and you cannot expect everybody that watched to like it. Now, from what I watched, I feel like a lot of African Americans, a lot of Black Americans don't understand that sometimes what is their issues are not really what is other people's issues. One of the Africans that responded was saying that sometimes African Americans and Black Americans, when other people are having issues and they're talking about their struggles, their challenges, they feel like it's irrelevant to them and the rest. And now they expect that what is relevant to them, other people are supposed to adopt it and also try and lend their voice to their fight or something, which she was saying that it's not compulsory that other people do it because they don't do it for other people, in our own opinion. I understand where other people that are watching it are coming from. If you are not in that environment, if you are not in that situation, you might not understand why he needed to use his big platform to say or to try and pass a message to try and make things better in the US. Also, people are allowed to say whether they don't like it or whether they like it without people insulting them. Now, some of the people that responded were very harsh, in my own opinion. The way they talked about her, they trying to call her stupid, trying to say she's not intelligent, it was a lot for me, in my own opinion. You don't have to attack somebody's intelligence because the person is not understanding where the person that is trying to send a message is coming from. She said she wanted to be entertained, but the guy decided that he wanted to entertain and educate. So edutainment, I think it's edutainment they call it, which might not be everybody's cup of tea. People probably wanted a show and they felt the show was too deep for them. They felt the show was too politically inclined or something, but that's their own opinion because they are watching it. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know their mindset. You don't know their cultural belief or environment that they grew up in. So I don't know. I didn't think that what Madam Joyce said was enough for people to insult her and just do all kind of things. Like the guys that spoke, they said she has the right to actually say what she wanted to say about it because it's a performance that is supposed to be critiqued. So if he did not want people to criticize his performance, he should not have performed, in my own opinion. But then again, we understand where it's coming from. He's probably maybe someone who uses his music to send a message, to try and change things in his own way as an entertainer. So that is his own calling, I would say. No, that is his own focus. And you either like it or you don't like it. A lot of people liked it, so I guess his performance was not everybody's cup of tea, but everybody's allowed to criticize it. There are some people that did not come online to say they didn't like it. There are some people that actually agree with Madam Joyce, but they did not just put up a camera and say they don't like it. So I don't know about it. I don't think what she said was that deep for people to like seriously insult her. I saw some videos of people like really insulting her and I'm like, what happened? Anyway, that's my own thought. Again, and I'm saying it because I know some people will attack me. Again, I don't know a lot about Kendrick Lamar. I did not watch the halftime performance. I don't watch all those halftime performance. I see clips and I watch those clips, but to sit down and watch the full thing, I don't do it. So I really don't know what he did in his performance. I don't know whether it was a good performance or a bad performance. I can't say. This video is not necessarily about that. It's just about people attacking Madam Joyce for giving her own opinion. And my own stance is that if you're going to do a public performance, award, whatever, you should get ready for some people to not like it and criticize it. And it's not that much of a big deal. And I also did not like that some people really attacked her and really insulted her just because she gave her own opinion. Again, our own opinion based on what our own expectations were about the performance. It is everybody's right to like or not like a performance that is made public. It was not done in his house. Nobody did a secret camera to see what was done in his house. He did it in front of millions and millions of people. So I don't think it was necessary for people to be insulting her. Anyway, that's my own take about this whole situation. I don't know what you guys think about it. I would love to hear your thoughts about the Kendrick Lamar halftime performance. I would love to hear your own thoughts about what Madam Joyce said and also what people said in reply to what Madam Joyce said. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.